Good morning! So it is a little bit chilly because it's early yet, and I thought I would come out here on the front porch, have a cup of coffee before the day gets going. It's going to be another busy one. And just wanted to share with you guys that this weekend, Saturday morning, there will be an extra video going up on the channel because I am participating in another collaboration. This one is organized by Katie of Heritage Ways, and this is going to be a series each week throughout the month of May. There are going to be several channels participating. I am part of the first round, which will of course be this first weekend, but there's several channels participating, and the collaboration is about saving scraps. It's all about repurposing leftovers and making recipes that save you a little bit of money. And so I think this is a fantastic collaboration that Katie is organizing. And so because this video will be going up on Saturday, which is not my usual day for sharing new videos. I mean, I do once in a while, but that's not a normal day for stuff to publish on Cosmopolitan Cornbread. So I just wanted to let you guys know that would be coming out. I will be sharing all of the videos in a playlist on my channel throughout the month of May as they are published. And like I said, there's several channels that'll be participating. We each signed up for a weekend to do them, and I'm part of the first round. So you can be sure to check that out, and I have no idea what all of the other channels will be making, so I will be watching along with all of you. So yesterday I was out working in the garden, and I'll be out there again today for a bit. One of the things that I had to do was, there are certain herbs that I have growing out there that over winter, I mean, they just keep on growing, and they end up taking up a lot of space. So I had to severely thin them out to make room, because they're just going to take over the flower bed, or the garden bed. And one of those is oregano, and as you can see here, I have a ton of it. I picked a whole basket overflowing, and that wasn't even all of it. I tossed a bunch of it as well out for the ducks and chickens to munch on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dehydrate this. Now there's a couple different ways that you can do that. You can take bunches of the branches, and you can hang them with string, make little bundles. You don't want too many of them because you want there to be airflow. So just little bundles of herbs like this. Just take some string, make a little loop around the stem. I like to use a slip knot type of loop. That way, as the plant dehydrates and dries out, it shrinks and then it won't fall out of it. Or you can also like loop underneath a stem to make sure that it's kind of caught in there. And then just hang this up. And you can hang it in your pantry. If you have a closet you can hang it from, you can do that. So that's one of the ways that you can do it. Now when it comes to herb, you want to use a lower temperature, and the dehydrator that we used to have, you couldn't control the temperature, and so it got pretty warm. We just got this one last year. It's a Presto one, just like our other one, but this one has controls, and so it gives you the ability to take control of the temperature. And herbs need to dry at a lower temperature, because if you use a higher temperature to dry them, it damages the oils in the herb, and the oils are what give you your flavor. And so by using a lower temperature or by air drying them, it preserves the oils and keeps all of that wonderful flavor, which is the whole point of using herbs. So I am just going to break all of these smaller branches off of the big stem I don't need this great big stem. It's just going to take up space and make it harder to lay in my dehydrator. And this dehydrator came with these little trays, which are very handy if you are dehydrating something that maybe has very small leaves or is delicate and you don't want it to like fall all through there. You can use something like this, and this one's a little bit stained from doing tomatoes and everything on it. I make tomato chips, which I have a recipe for that, the instructions for that on my blog. I'll link that down below if you're interested. Now these leaves are a little bit bigger, so I don't necessarily need to use that, but I've got plenty of them, so I'm just going to go ahead and put them there. And I'm not removing all of the leaves from the stems, I'm just leaving them on there because after this dries, you can very easily just pull them right off. So I've got my dehydrator completely loaded up with the oregano, and so now I'm going to get it started. And this particular dehydrator that we have actually has a little guide right on the lid to show you what temperature you should use for whatever it is you're dehydrating. And herbs, spices, and seeds are of course the lowest temperature, which is 95 degrees Fahrenheit or 35 degrees Celsius. So I'm going to adjust my temperature and let this go. Alright you guys, so my dehydrator here has actually been going for 24 hours now, and depending upon your dehydrator, depending upon the plants you're dehydrating, the herbs, how much moisture in them, it's going to determine how long this process is going to take. And frankly, the oregano that I am dehydrating was thick and lush, which meant it's going to take a little bit longer than, say, thyme would. Thyme is little bitty leaves on thin stems, and that's going to dry out way faster than thick oregano leaves, and so it may take a while. Plus the fact that these are being dehydrated at the lowest temperature you would generally dehydrate things at, it's going to take longer. But it's really important to use that low temperature so that you don't degrade all of those wonderful oils that are in the plant, that are in the herbs, because you want that flavor. That's the whole reason you grow herbs and use herbs. I mean, of course there's health benefits, but it's the flavor that you want when it comes to culinary herbs. So as you can see, my leaves here have been shrinking down and they're starting to look a little pale and they're beginning to get dry. These are almost there. I can feel there's still a little bit of moisture in some of the thicker leaves, but once they feel dry and hard, then they will be completely finished, and I'll let them cool down. Then I'll take a piece like this right here, and where the stem is running down the middle, I'll grab it by the tip and I'll just strip the leaves by going against the way it grows, and then toss the stem, save the leaves, and that's all you have to do. Now you can use a food processor or a mortar and pestle to grind these up, but I just tend to take a shortcut, and I will just keep the whole dried leaves in a mason jar, and then when I need some, I'll just take them out, rub them between my palms, and drop them in to whatever it is I'm cooking. It's quick and easy and doesn't take any effort. So that is it. That is how I dry my herbs. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments down below, and I'll be happy to address them. So thanks for joining me here in the kitchen. Again, my name is Constance from cosmopolitancornbread.com. I'll talk to y'all next time.